What's up, guys? Not gonna be a normal vlog today. Today I wanted to bring you a quick little tip and talk about how I back up my footage, my videos, my photos, so I never lose anything. Alright, so I've been seeing this article going around a lot lately in the photography and videography world. It's this guy that's suing Adobe because he lost $250,000 of footage because Premiere Pro deleted the footage. Every time I read that article, I'm like, why don't you have backups? How are you dealing with $250,000 worth of footage and you don't know how to back up your footage? Okay, anyways, that's not good. I'm not dealing with $250,000 of footage, but I take backups seriously. I'm a software engineer. That's what we do. So, how does it work? I have 2 copies of my data at all times. I have one that's sitting on the hard drive in my laptop and the external hard drive that I back those projects up to. The second copy is living in the cloud. This cloud thing, it sits up here. Amazon S3, if you're not familiar, it's just a file storage system that they have. It's extremely cheap, extremely reliable. We use it at Greenbits. A lot of other very successful software companies use it for file storage because it is so fast, so reliable, and so cheap. I have a tool called Arc Backup on my computer that constantly watches both of those 2 locations that I talked about before. It watches the computer, it watches the hard drive, and then it copies things over to the cloud. And it does that every hour, every 15 minutes, however much you want to configure it. I always have a copy. I can even go back in time and pull a project, particularly from, say 2 hours ago. Say I was working on a project 2 hours ago, and then I screwed it up since then. Let's go just pull that project right back. Just boop, pull it right back from the dead. That's how I do backups. Let me jump into the computer real quick and I will show you particularly the settings that I have and how that works. So let's go do that. So the program's called Arc Backup, ARQ. And that's what I use for all of my automated backups. So you can find it right up here in my system tray. Now I'm using Mac. I don't know if they have a Windows version of this or not, but it works great on the Mac. And I just don't use Windows, so it is what it is. So up here immediately you can see last time I backed up, 9:15, less than an hour ago. The next one's gonna kick off in 1 minute, actually. How perfect is that? I didn't even plan that. You can kick off a backup now. There's a bunch of other things. You can pause the activity, and then we're just gonna go ahead and jump into the main program here. So you'll see I'm backing up to AWS S3. They have a whole bunch of options for this. So you can go into destinations. You can jump in here. You can push it up to Amazon Drive. I have no clue what that is. I use Amazon S3. There's all these other ones, Dropbox, Google Drive, Google Cloud Storage, OneDrive, blah, 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 whatever you want. You can even push it up to a network attached storage if you want. I love S3, and like I said, it was cheap. So I have that set up. You can configure transfer rates and things, but I just don't. I have it just go as fast as possible, as much as it can, because I don't want to lose this footage. You can have it email you when it's done, like all of these settings. For the most part, the basics are good. And then you go in here and you can set up your folders. So you'll see I have current projects set up here. So it's just a folder on my hard drive in my computer, the location of it, and then where it's going to. And then you can also configure drives. So this is my old drive. This has had all my original vlogs on it. Anytime it's attached, it'll back it up. If it's not attached, it won't try. And then I archived this because I just never use it anymore and I didn't even want to bother checking anymore. And then Vlog 001 is my current hard drive that is actually currently attached. And you can see down here, it's scanning all of my folders for anything that's new, anything that's updated. What's really cool, this is a little technical. What's really cool is if you have a file on current projects and it backs it up, you move it to your external hard drive, and it sees that moved, it actually doesn't have to re-upload because it already has that file up there and it just changes where it is located. I think that's really cool. Good job, Arc. You guys need a referral program. Cool, that's how you back things up. Done. Just go in here, configure your S3 or Google Drive or whatever you want to use, add your folders, done and done. Now if you want to restore, I can go in here and look, I have my MacBook, I have my current projects, and let's say we wanted to restore something from yesterday's video. So we'll go look at the 26th. For example, I can go in here, everything that's in here. So unload the pod. And I have all of my footage, and because of my directory structure, I have all of my Premiere Pro projects, I have my Lightroom projects, I have my photo edits, I have my Audition projects. Everything is right here, and I could just go in here and click on this guy and say restore, and it'll just bring it right back like it was never gone. And it's amazing. So I don't want to make this video too long because it is supposed to be a quick tip, but if you're not backing up your footage and your files, and this doesn't have to do with just photography and videography, this is anything. I back up my code. Anything that's important to me goes in this because you cannot have enough backups. It is always worth the money. Back your stuff up. Don't get into a situation where you have to sue Adobe because you didn't know how to back your stuff up. Let's do this thing. I will see you guys tomorrow.